Texting is one of the leading causes for distractions behind the wheels, but texting isn't the only way your smartphone can distract you while you're driving. We want to see your pictures. Remember that no matter where you are, you can join in on the game day experience on Twitter by tweeting #OKStateSpirit. Bullet isn't the only animal Gillum takes care of, but he is the most famous. On game day, Gillum is with Bullet throughout the day, both on and off the field. After the war began, Dr. Rauda and her family, including her 2 young sons, traveled all the way from Lebanon to California. She says they did so that her and her sons could have opportunities. I am here with OSU alum Galen, who's come all the way from Edmond to cheer on the Cowboys. Now, Galen, it's raining outside, so what are your pregame plans? If you have a cell phone, chances are it's a smartphone. But are smarter phones helping or harming us? I found out how smartphones are distracting some young drivers behind the wheel. Anybody can experience part of OSU's history any time of the year by visiting Old Central, the oldest building on campus. But one of the largest parts of OSU's history only happens once a year. Chandler Rogers, it is a beautiful day here in Stillwater, Oklahoma. It's a little bit of a chilly morning. We're hanging up right about 60 degrees, but the temperatures are only going to increase throughout the day, so 2:30 kickoff should be perfect. The Colvin Recreation Center has everything students need to stay in shape, but there's one thing the facility offers that many other gyms don't have, and it's helping some students reach new heights. Many people say that dogs are a man's best friend, but horse owners might disagree. So when it was announced that a case of equine herpes virus was in Stillwater, OSU's Department of Veterinary Medicine wasted no time hosting a panel with several equine medical experts to inform Oklahoma horse owners about the virus. EHV may affect a horse in the form of a respiratory disease where the virus acts similar to a cold, or in this case, as a neurological disease that affects movement. Lindy Gillum, an expert on the panel, explained the precautions being taken in this situation and why horse owners shouldn't be worried.
We have only had one incident case here, and we're not out of the woods yet because we have horses that were exposed that we're still monitoring and will continue to monitor. It's not an outbreak, it's just an incident case, which makes us happy, makes us feel good, and should make the horse owners of Oklahoma feel a little bit safer.
This horse behind me is perfectly healthy and is showing no symptoms of the virus. And that's what Dr. Gillum says is the most important part now, making sure no other horse gets infected. But barn owner Allie Essery says she's still worried about the rapidly spreading virus simply because of lack of space.
We really don't have a way to isolate 35 horses or, even just like 2 or 3 horses. I don't have separate pens. I can't afford to do that.
The prognosis of the infected horse is fair, but for now the equine hospital is still closed until further notice. For more information and updates, you can visit cvhs.okstate.edu. For O-State TV, I'm Chandler Rogers. Oklahoma State's athletic program signed a sponsorship contract with Nike in 2011, giving the company free rein to bring combinations of orange, black, and gray apparel to Stillwater. Matt Davis, known by the players as Chief, is the director of football equipment operations. Davis says there are many reasons why Nike sought out OSU for sponsorship.
I just think it's winning games, exposure. That kind of goes hand in hand. Retail sales, people buy them. We pack the stadium out more times than not. Season ticket sales are up, and everything's so positive here at Oklahoma State that I think that's why we're at where we're at now.
With the exception of helmets and pads, OSU's contract with Nike has the team and the coaches completely outfitted in Nike gear. Davis says there's no way to give an exact number of Nike uniform combinations, but fans can expect to see a few surprises in the near future.
But now you got to keep doing more. They've seen the orange, they've seen the black, they've seen this, they've seen that. You got to mix it up a little bit, and this season we will.
In its 3rd season with Nike, the football program plans to get a little more daring with its apparel. Davis says that by the end of the season, fans young and old will have a new favorite jersey.
Everybody's going to have their opinion. Some people, the older generation, might not like the flashy stuff, but the younger generation does. We'll give a little bit to the older generation here later in this season, and we hope that everybody will enjoy that kind of different look.
OSU is under contract with the swoosh through 2017, so that gives them at least 3 more years to see how many more combinations of orange, black, and white they can come up with. The need for the newest, fastest, smartest technology has taken the cell phone world by storm. Since college-age people have grown up in the age of technology, they are the target market for smartphone creators. Maddie Majerowitz, a college senior, understands the need for the newest technology.
I wanted to get on track with like the big releases, which kind of sounds geeky, but...
Majerowitz opted for the newest Apple product, the iPhone 6, which has a 4.7-inch screen. That's compared to the iPhone 5 with only a 4-inch screen.
Like, I always want to be on it. Like, when I left the store, I was like... on my way home, I was like texting and calling everyone, like my brother, to make him jealous. I got the new phone.
Although Oklahoma does not have a law against using a cell phone while driving, there is a distracted driver's law in place. That's likely because in 2011, 23% of car accidents involved a driver being distracted by a cell phone. And police officers, like Senior Officer Adam Queen, are on the lookout.
Not using turn signals, rolling stop signs, not obeying the laws that they're supposed to be doing is caused by multiple incidents where a cell phone is the cause.
Texting is one of the leading causes for distractions behind the wheels, but texting isn't the only way your smartphone can distract you while you're driving.
I think it might be there's more apps, there's more social media that there didn't used to be. There's apps for everything now. I've even seen an app where as you're texting, the background of your texting is what the camera sees. And as you're texting, you see the letters, but your background is looking out the windshield.
1 in every 5 drivers admit to surfing the web behind the wheel, so all drivers should be alert to prevent accidents. But also, so you can be a defensive driver, because you never know who's in the other lane watching Netflix. Most people rely on technology in their everyday lives, but the elderly at assisted living centers like this one rely on caregivers. One researcher at OSU is trying to develop a robot that could help assist the elderly. But would you trust a robot to help you or your loved ones? Drs. Shang and Fan have received a 3-year grant to develop a new type of social intelligence in the form of robots for the elderly. The research has taken place in the Advanced Technology Research Center at OSU.
This is a project we aim to help elderly living alone in their homes or apartments. So the robot is supposed to know the whereabouts of the subject and also the activities, behaviors of the subject. So, for example, if the elderly is falling on the floor, or something is wrong, the robot is supposed to know that, and the robot can come to help.
I think I would miss the repartee, the companionship that you get with the human, as opposed to a robot that, I'm used to arguing, so I want somebody that'll argue back. Having a robot do it, hand it out to me and all that doesn't bother me. But I want somebody to talk to, somebody I can visit with.
The concerns that I have as far as a robot, there's no emotions involved. Like one of the residents said, there's no arguing. They can't sense like when somebody is having issues. And just recently I had someone come to me and say that this one particular person that was working with them was great, very nice, not rude, nothing, but very shy. And they wanted that companionship. So the duties or the task to do is minimal compared to the relationship and the emotional connection, the spiritual connection, all that.
Dr. Shang's main goal is to develop an intelligent robot that can understand human beings. But perhaps the companionship aspect will take a little longer. In Stillwater, I'm Chandler Rogers.